Hello everyone. In this project, I analyzed a student performance dataset. The objective of this analysis was to identify which factors significantly influence student academic performance score and determine whether these variables can reliably predict academic outcomes. I start by importing dataset into Python using pandas. I specify the ISO AA591 encoding because the dataset will initially produce a decoding error. So this to ensure the data were loaded correctly. I then use the function set that hash shape info describe to understand the data structures, variable type, sample size, and summary statistic before conducting any further analysis. The datasets contain the 10,001 observations and 9 variables, including both numerical and the categorical variables. During the data cleaning stage, I check for the missing value duplicate. Since the missing values represent only very small proportion of the datasets, I removed the observations because they were unlikely to significantly affect the analysis. I also checked the categorical variable to identify inconsistent entries or formatting issue, but the categoricals were already clean and consistent. So next, I conduct the EDA use the box to identify potential outliers because extreme value can distort the regression result and statistical summaries. The box show no severe outliers, so no outlier removal was required. So after that, I inform the skewness analysis using histogram and skewness statistics. So that's so important because the heavily skewed variable can negatively affect the regression modeling. However, the skewness value were all close to zeros, and the histogram appear relatively balanced, so no transformations were necessary. I use the scatterplot to examine the relationship between the numerical variables and academic performance score. The study time showed a moderate positive relationship with academic performance, while the prior score demonstrated a strongest positive relationship. Our sleep and practice paper completed show weaker visual relationship, although they were still included for the further regression testing. To prepare for the regression, in section 3, I applied one hot encoding to categorical variables so they could be included in the model. I then create the correlation heat map to examine which relationship between the variables and check for the multicollinearities. The heat map confirmed that the variables score had the strongest correlation with the academic performance score, so no severe multicollinearity issue were observed. So for the section 3, I developed a multiple linear regression model to test which variables significantly predict the academic performance score. So the model was statistically significant overall, and the R-square value indicate that approximately 98.8% of the variations in the academic performance score explained by the model. The regression results show the real score regressions show the real score and the study time was stronger was the predictor of academic performance. Additionally, the hour of sleep, the practice paper completed, the reverse certifications at school, and the core curricular involvement were also statistically significant predictors. However, AHN's referred study methods were not statistically significant because their p-value exceeded 0.05. So finally, I test all of the major regression assumption, the pair lot, and residual plots suggest for the linearity assumption was satisfied. The histogram of residuals and the QQ plots show that the residential were approximately normally distributed. The residual plot was also indicate that the homoscedasticity was reasonably certified because the residuals were randomly scattered around zero. So I will do the VIF testing show that all the predictor variable were below 5, so indicate no severe multicollinearity issue. So lastly, I do the Dublin-Watson test. There were approximately 1.99, so suggesting that the residuals were independent and no significant autocorrelation were present. So overall, the correlation model was statistically reliable and suitable for planning variations in academic performance score. So the analysis suggests that the prior academic ability, study habit are the strongest contributor to student performance outcome. So that's my result. Thanks for listening.